Hello guys, hope you're doing great. So today is day 14 and we are going to learn about planning for success or planning effectively for success. If you don't know where you're going, you will end up someplace undesired. Remember this. If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up someplace undesired. Last month, I was traveling from Madurai to Chennai. I started early in the morning and reached Chennai in the afternoon. I had an objective in mind, that is to travel to Chennai. So, the first step in planning effectively for success is to have a clear, defined objective. You should first define your objective, what you want to do. In my case, it was traveling to Chennai from Madurai. Yep. So, what is your objective? The first step for planning for success is having a clear objective. So, once I decided to travel, the question was, how am I going to travel? The question of, am I going to travel through bus, train, or no flight, or am I going to take my car to Chennai? I decided I would travel by my car. So, the second step in planning for success is strategy or strategizing. Yeah. So, the first step is objective, the second step is having a strategy. Right? So in my case, my strategy for me to travel was to travel with my car or by my car. So once I decided I would travel by my own car, I decided I would travel on the weekend. Start early in the morning, have now breakfast or stop by some motel and eat at the motels on the highway and reach Chennai in the afternoon. So that was the plan, right? So the third step in effective planning for success is breaking down breaking down your strategies into actionable step. So those steps. So my strategy was to travel to Chennai by my car, but then I broke down my strategies into small steps. That is a travel on weekend, start early in the morning, and then eat at motels on the highways and reach Chennai by noon. So that was breaking down my strategy into small actionable steps. Okay, so the third step is break down your strategy into actionable steps. Okay, now to cover the 459-kilometer distance from Madurai to Chennai, yeah, starting in the morning, early in the morning, and reaching by noon, I decided I'll start at 5 a.m. in the morning and reach Chennai by 12 p.m. Usually, it takes 7 to 8 hours to reach, you know, to travel between Madurai and Chennai, it usually takes 7 to 8 hours. So I decided I would travel at 100 to 110 kilometer speed and cover 459 kilometer in 7 hours. So I decided I would start at 5 a.m. and I would reach by 12 p.m. So the next step in effective planning for success is having a realistic time frame, right? So I did not want to travel, cover 459 kilometers in 5 hours. I did not want to do that. I could have done that, but I should have driven my car. Yeah, I should have planned to drive my car now at 150, 130 kilometer speed. But then traveling at 100 kilometers, sometimes 90 or 110 kilometers, now an average of 100 kilometers per uh, kilometer speed, yeah, it usually takes 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours, and that's what I realistically calculated to do. So the fourth step is to have a realistic time frame to achieve your objective. Okay, so after doing that, so now I have an objective. Objective is to travel to Chennai from Madurai, and then I had a strategy. That my strategy is to travel by car, and after that, I broke my strategy. Okay, if I'm going to travel by car, then I'm going to start early in the morning, and then have I'm going to travel on weekend, and I'm going to eat out on the motels on the highway while I'm traveling. So I broke down my strategy into small actionable steps. Yeah, how I'm going to do it. And then I decided I would start at 5 o'clock and it reached by 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, and I decided I would travel for 7 hours and cover 459 kilometers. So that was the yeah realistic time I had in mind. So on the day of the travel, since I slept late the previous night, yeah, I went to bed at 12 a.m. Okay, the previous night I woke up at 6 a.m. Okay, my plan to start at 5 o'clock, yeah, did not happen. But then I didn't change my plan. Instead of now, I woke up late, but then I made a small adjustment and I left Madurai at 8 o'clock and I reached at 3 p.m. I reached Chennai by 3 p.m. So the final step is taking action. Okay, so though there was a slight change in my plan, instead of starting at 5 o'clock, okay, to start at 5 o'clock, I should have at least risen by 4 o'clock in the morning, so that I was started at 5 o'clock. But then, since I woke up late, I started at 8 o'clock, okay, and I reached by 3 o'clock, but I still managed to travel at 100 kilometer speed, or I traveled at in 7 hours. I reached Chennai in 7 hours. Yeah, pretty much to my plan, right? So, guys, these are the 5 steps you need to have. You need to plan effectively for success. One, you should have an objective. Two, you should have a strategy to achieve that objective. Third, you have to break down the strategy into small actionable steps and then set yourself a realistic time window. And after that, you have to take action. Now, without action, you cannot achieve your objective. So, Remember this. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Let me repeat this. Failing to plan for success is planning to fail. Okay? So take this with you today. Think about this evening. Failing to plan for success is planning to fail. So follow these 5 steps, guys. Have success in your life. I wish you all the best. See you tomorrow.